Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to this snowy day in January, whatever. Well, folks, good to be back. Happy New Year, everyone. Hockey in the Trade rumors for what's the date today, folks? Hold up. For January 17th, Tuesday, January 17th, 2012. So, a New Year's here. The rumors keep coming in. And fortunately, I got some rumors to take a look at. So here we go, folks. Well, it looks like what's happening today. It's not even a rumor. It looks like the Leafs will probably be scratching um, Nazem Kadri and Luke Shen. They might be healthy scratches tonight, according to Eklund from Hockey Buzz. So we'll see. And according to some people in Toronto, there has been a ton of speculation over the last 2 days that Toronto was up to something big and that something could be happening in the very near future. Speculation was fueled by Toronto sending down Gardner to bringing him back up. So I don't know, yo. I don't know. And hear this one. Um, he's actually saying this that I'm definitely not hearing Cam Ward is being shot by the Hurricanes, but I will say his name has come up a few times in the last week or so, which has more. Well, basically, what they're saying, folks, is Cam Ward. There's been speculation that Cam Ward could be traded. Uh, I've checked out all my sources. I've looked online. I've checked out some underground talk in the hockey circles, XM Radio, you name it, TSN, Sportsnet, The Score, Hockey News. Um, Everyone's saying that Cam Ward's not getting traded, and I know early in the season Jim Rutherford had an interview and he said, would he trade Cam Ward or Eric Stahl? And he said, absolutely not. Those guys are untradeable. Everyone else on the team is all game. Look at Cabriolet. He got traded to Montreal. Has he really done much? Maybe in the beginning he did pretty good, Thomas Cabriolet, but I think Thomas Cabriolet has not been the same since he left the Leafs, and you only hope his game gets better, but you never know. Cabriolet is a little, I don't know. I don't know if he's gun shy. I don't know what's wrong with that player. He's almost like Ryan Miller. I mean, after Ryan Miller got hit by Lucic, his game's gone straight to the ground. So I've heard rumors of maybe Ryan Miller getting traded, but I highly doubt that'll ever happen. Terry Pagula, the new owner of the Buffalo Sabres, really wants his team to win, and I hear there's some serious pressure on the GM, Darcy Regier, and the head coach, Lindy Ruff. Lindy Ruff was very close to getting fired in December. If they would have kept losing and they didn't start pick up some wins in January, I heard one rumor that he was definitely getting fired. The owner doesn't really have much patience. He spent a lot of money this offseason. He's really disappointed in Vinny Leno and a few others like Ehrhoff haven't lived up to that new big contracts they signed in the offseason with the Buffalo Sabres. Um, yeah, I'm really disappointed in these guys like Villaneno. I mean, what a playoff he had with Philadelphia last summer. So last season. So that's what happens. Sometimes you sign the big contract and you're never the same player. Look at Scott Gomez. You look at Chris Drury. You look at so many, man. Yammer Yaga when he signed in Washington years ago in 2001. I guess it was in 2000 he signed there when he left Pittsburgh. He wasn't the same player he was in Pittsburgh, but now he's come back to Philadelphia, come back to the NHL. He's done pretty good this year. He's had a few little nagging injuries, but he's put up some very good points. I mean, this guy's a point-a-game guy. He's up there on the all-time list in terms of points, goals, assists, I mean, he's up there with Mario and Wayne and Yari Curry. I can go on and on. I mean, just you think of all the great names, and it's been amazing. The Winter Classic was awesome. It was cool to see the Big E, Bobby Clark reunite, actually talk, and it was a fun game. The Moose was there. No Gretzky, but you had Adam Graves and the rest of the guys, Kiprios, from the Rangers, and Mike Richter, and some of the great ones like Bernie Perron playing for like 5 minutes and then rolling because he's up there in age and he can't really take it anymore. That's what happens when you reach that age, in your 50s. You got to take it easy. So, as far as I'm concerned, I think we've seen a lot of crazy things happen in NHL this year. The NHLPA rejecting the realignment plan, I think that was a good idea. I didn't really like this realignment. I think division way is the way to go. You look at all the major professional sports, they all have divisions. They don't have conferences. They all have divisions. That's the way to go. That's what makes you competitive. That's what makes the NHL great. Is the divisions. Winning your division means something. I mean, when you're in a conference, when you only have a chance to make the playoffs, you're bunched up with a bunch of teams, and you don't have a division of like 5 or even 4 teams in it. It's not as competitive as that. It's competitive, but even if you're a very good team, you might not make the playoffs because of this conference system. I mean, all the teams are bunched up, and I don't know how they do the playoff format. It's just so confusing. It's just stupid. Leave it the way it is. I mean, Gary Bettman, I mean, Brendan Shannon, all these guys, you guys are just killing the game. Every time you try to change something, you try to take out hitting, you try to take out everything that makes this game great. You're hurting the game. You really are. You gotta step back. Let these guys play the game that we love, man. It's been around for like 200 years, at least 200, close to 200 years, almost now 200 years. Hockey's been around for. You just can't keep doing all these little bitty things to it because you hurt the great game that we all love. The NHL is a good sport, and we don't want this. Trust me, Gary. Just leave it the way it is for now. I ain't a prophet. I ain't someone that's gonna say this is gonna happen, so and so is gonna happen, but just leave the game the way it is. I think in a few years maybe they bring it in slowly. Just don't rush everything on the players, because the players are not gonna improve it. It doesn't matter what you say. It doesn't matter what you have up. Even if it's a collective bargaining tactic, it's not even that. The players are smart. They're not stupid. They love the game the way it is. You keep screwing with the game, the players are going to be like, come on, man, I've been playing this game since I was a little kid. And every time you guys are changing this, you're changing that. You want to get rid of fighting. You want to get rid of this. You want to get rid of hitting. You want to get... I mean, what kind of game are you trying to do? I mean, that's what it is. The players are smart, dude. They're not stupid. They have really educated. And they've played this game since they were like 2 or 3 years old. So they know this game like the back of their hand. And the fans in Canada, they love their game. When you keep messing with it, they get real passionate about it. You see Don Cherry on TV. He gets pretty passionate. So do I. That's not cool. Let's leave the game the way it is. Trust me. That's what makes the NHL the coolest game on earth. Okay, let's move on. It looks like, according to this isn't the first time this year I've heard subsequent reports, sources saying Hemsky deal could be close. Conversations. Well, it says here that there's a rumor. It's not even a rumor, but there is some substance to this. I was listening to the insider traders on TSN. Kemsky could be traded. I don't think he'll be traded now, but if Buffalo is panicking like Montreal did to get Camlarieri for Rene Bourque, I'll give you my opinion on that deal for Rene Bourque for Cabriolet. I think that was a good deal. I mean, there was 4 players that went in this deal plus a few picks. I think every piece is a pretty good piece. I think Camilleri is going to really help Calgary, and I think Rene Bourque is going to help Montreal Canadiens. They need a big guy that can get inside on the forecheck, chip in the odd goal. Very creative player, I think Rene Bourque is. He can really score. He's a big guy. I think this is a very good deal for the Montreal Canadiens. And I think the fans in Montreal got to accept that, your team's not going to probably be the best this year. You might make the playoffs. There's no guarantee. If they can make a deal at the deadline that can put them over the hump, you know what? Maybe go get Bobby Ryan. Maybe go give up a number one pick. Maybe go get Rick Nash. Get somebody. Bring in somebody that will generate buzz. Maybe a Vincent LeCavalier. I think the fans of Montreal deserve something big. They haven't won a cup since '93, and I think who's the perfect coach for that team next season. Patrick Waugh, Mark Crawford. One of the two. This is what I think is going to happen with the Montreal situation. I think in the offseason they'll fire um, Pierre Gauthier at the end of the season. Then they'll bring in Patrick Waugh as Knicks general manager, and Patrick Waugh will hire Mark Crawford to be the coach of the team. And then Patrick Waugh will micromanage the whole team, see what's going on. If it's not going right, he might fire Crawford, and then he'll take over. But I feel Patrick Waugh will be the next general manager of the Montreal Canadiens. And I think the fans of Montreal will like that move. I don't think it's going to happen, but you never know. I think you fans should give Randy Cuddenworth a chance. But hey, the team's not running under him, so I think he is a lame duck coach. He's just an interim coach. It's too bad Jacques Martin's situation didn't work out. It happens like that. Sometimes that's what happens. Sometimes it doesn't go your way. Sometimes the players don't respond to your message that you're trying to say. But in the end, you got to be positive, folks. And I'm always positive. You just got to take it one day at a time, and then eventually you'll get back to the winning ways that made that team the greatest team in NHL history. Still amazing. 23 Stanley Cups. The team in the 70s and the 50s, they were amazing. And there's no doubt in my mind. Rocket Richard, John Beliveau, the likes of, Larry Robinson, Bob Gainey, Patrick Waugh, come on, Kirk Muller. I mean, there's so many good pieces of talent that's come through that great organization. And I really feel you got Carey Price, a very good young goalkeeper. You got Thomas Plekanec. I mean, Lars Erlar. I mean, he's played amazing this year. He scored some big-time goals. I think he got like 12 or 13 goals so far this year. He's done very, very good. In the addition of Thomas Caberlet, I really feel Montreal look good. You can't say that Montreal Canadiens are going to give up on the season. I don't think so. I've watched this team for too long. They play with passion. They play with heart. The fans believe in them. The fans believe in them. And the players believe in the fans. And the players believe in one another. And they know they can pull it together. If there's the last 4 weeks of the season, I wouldn't want to play Montreal. They're the type of team that could turn it on. You never know. They're guys that have been kind of underachieving this year. Look at Subban. You look at Plekanec. You look at all these great talent on this team. Kuznetsov. They've been very underachievers this year. If they really turn their game on, like I say, turn their game on, they could get that final playoff spot. Pittsburgh Penguins, they might fall right out of it. The news I'm hearing on Sidney Crosby, he's starting to skate again. But I predict he'll be back in February after the All-Star game. They really need Crosby in Pittsburgh, but Malkin's really stepped his game up. By getting a 5-point game, getting a natural hat trick, you saw what he did against Tampa Bay. You saw what Evgeny Malkin, Gino can do when he puts his mind to it. And he is a very, very talented player. And if Pittsburgh going to get back to the Stanley Cup playoff final, they're going to have to make a significant deal. I've heard rumors of Jarome Iginla going there. But Jarome Iginla is going nowhere now after them acquiring Mike Camilleri, and he's got his 500th goal as a Flame. Jarome Iginla won't be traded anytime soon. Not this season. Maybe in the summer. There's talk, but I don't think it's going to happen. So now we go back to Hemsky. I think Hemsky could be dealt. There's LA. There's talk of New Jersey, the Columbus Blue Jackets, the New York Islanders, even the Buffalo Sabres, and the Detroit Red Wings. I heard one rumor that Detroit were definitely in on Hemsky, but it's going to cost them quite a bit to get him. But can they fit his salary inside of their cap? If they did get Hemsky, he'd be one of their highest paid players. And that's the thing. It has to make sense financially. And I think the Islanders might be the perfect fit for Hemsky. Throw him with Tavares. I mean, instant chemistry. even send him to Philadelphia to play with Yager. Whew, I think a lot of fans would like to see that. Probably Hartnell would go the other way. I heard rumor of James Van Riemsdyk was going to get traded, but just recently got a concussion, so that's off with the Toronto Maple Leafs. So you never know. Would never know. Thanks for watching, yo.